Hello everyone! I know that I don't think very many people are watching and my voice is not treating me well today, but I decided that I would give a stream a chance. So, that's what we should be doing today. We're going to be trying to stream a Minecraft world, and I am not very prepared for this. I was not expecting to stream today, but apparently the opportunity came up, so we will be doing that today. I know that I'm probably going to look back at this in like 20 years or maybe even another 6 months and realize how cringy I sound right now, because even as I speak I regret every word that I say. But that's anxiety. So we're going to just play and pretend that everything's fine. Despite having spent, oh, thanks Mars. Despite having spent, a solid 10 years of my life just playing Minecraft and like being absolutely addicted to it, I still do not have a lot of achievements. So I want to try and start working on getting those, and so it's a new achievement, a new world with achievements on. And I did pre-select a seed, because I'm not doing a speed run with a random seed or anything like those other professional people do. I wanted a world that it's possible that I might play on for a while. Yeah. Oh right, and I should really probably show coordinates and start actually getting something done, because that may not be the best if I don't. Anyway, no worries about the keyboard. Is that like your phone keyboard, or is that a laptop keyboard? Or a Bluetooth one? Anyway, I doubt that I'll be as entertaining or as, just generally a good, anything to do with anything as Ranboo, but, I'm very glad that you are doing that for my sake. We're going to try, let's see, vanilla resource pack, and cool. So, I'm going to, voice chat works, but texting is works for me. So, I'm going to play with the Oak Ridge pack because that's what I'm most used to, and I really enjoy the cheats that are in there. They're not cheats, the texture modifications that are in there, especially with the ore textures, because those are absolutely wonderful. Sim distance 4, because I'm used to that. Coordinates, fire spread off, and we're good. I'm really not used to playing without cheats. Like, I'm very accustomed to just being able to be lazy and be like, hey, I'll take a name tag for myself thanks to the creative menu. Anyway, so we're going to try our best to get these achievements. I have no idea how well it'll go. I feel like it's going to be disastrous, but in this update, which is 2.10, despite its many bugs, we do have a new thing, which I'll show in a second once we get into the world. We have I actually haven't ever played this. Is it in here? It isn't here. We have a new achievement screen, and this is absolutely spectacular. Look how fancy it is. You get all of these, and they have the descriptions, they have the amount of whatever that gamer score is. I think that's something to do with the Xbox that we have. And then you have this general screen. You have all the locks completed. This was designed by, I can't remember his name off the top of my head. 4,000 hours just on this account on Windows 10. That's probably a problem. Anyway, Oh yes, the best part about the Oak Ridge pack is the hearts. The hearts are gay, and that is absolutely spectacular. I saw that on Twitter one time, and where are we going? It's a horse. I can't do anything with you yet. I saw the rainbow hearts on Twitter a little bit before we started season 8 of Oak Ridge, and I was like, yeah, we we need to add that, right? Yeah, Mars, there's a lot more achievements on Bedrock than you think. On Java, who was it? Clash of the Creators. I don't know how much anybody knows about them, but they actually did. It's a really cute tree. We're gonna keep it here. We're gonna make this a very important part of our lives in this world. Anyway, Clash of the Creators actually did a entire game, Clash, whatever they call it, using Bedrock achievements, which was really interesting to see because it's just so different than Java's, and in my opinion, Bedrocks are better because there's a lot of rewards and there's a lot of achievements, so you can do pretty much anything in the game and you can get an achievement. Yeah. I'm still trying to figure out a lot of just general stuff because I really don't play much survival other than Oak Ridge. So now suddenly switching to doing all of this, like starting a new world, that doesn't have, because in case, I know you know Mars, but people who might be watching the replay or whatever don't know this. On Oak Ridge we set up, before we even start the world, with a lot of stuff, with a lot of starting stuff. Like, we have an enchanting table, we have an XP grinder, we have nether portals, we have spawn plots, we have mob protection. There's a lot of stuff there. So without those luxuries, because I started playing a new world with my partner many months ago actually, but it was very disorienting to have to actually like plant down sugarcane and get an enchanted table that way, because I'm just so used to having it just from the start. Anyway, so it's been a really long time since I've just done the basics, killing mobs, chopping trees, whatever. But I'm not complaining. This is a very interesting world generation that is either a bug because there's a cave under there. Well, I gotta figure something out about that. I'm probably gonna just, if the eating works. Oh, a big thing, I'm playing this on a potato because this computer is not designed for streaming, or it's not a gaming computer. So it's actually a 2-in-1, which I don't know if you know what that means, but it means that it rotates, that you can flip the hinge around and now you got a touch screen, or you can, like, I think you get the picture. So that means that it's not like an expensive $1,000 one either. I bought it with a pretty strict budget, which means it doesn't have, top of the line features or anything like that, but it does have a very surprisingly good processor and everything about that. I ran off the bat, never complaining about that. That rhymes. It does actually have a fantastic processor, so it can run a lot of things with absolutely fantastic settings. Like, just here in Minecraft, I can, if I want to, boost the render distance up to 64 chunks, but so that I don't absolutely burn my computer to shreds, I won't do that while streaming because that will destroy the GPU, which is inconveniently also being taken up by rendering the stream. The last few streams that I've done, it's been extremely laggy and very low quality, and I'm pretty sure that this one is going to be, for the most part, the same. Remind me to go down and get more of that coal. So it's going to be for the most part the same, but I'm hoping that in the last few days I've made at least some optimizations that will improve my life. Yeah, so I have a very bad habit of trying to start everything right at 0, which is, I think we're building a boat docks here. It's gonna be the first thing we build. Fantastic. So we'll have a chest. We're gonna see what we can do here. I also have a terrible habit of kind of building before I have anywhere near as many resources as I need for it. Like that, for example. I just used up almost all of the wood that I have to make a pillar for a dock. Like, that's not starting Minecraft priorities. But it's mine. That's my priority, so that's what you're gonna have to deal with. Do we want it that low? No, we want it one higher. So, time to punch this out by hand. Why do I do this to myself? It's a real good question. I should also probably prioritize getting a bed over building a dock. I'm blind. We're gonna go with I'm gonna be nostalgic. We're gonna go with a red bed. Yeah, I think it's pretty similar to your school computer. We did. I don't actually know if I've actually seen a picture of your school computer. I know that I've heard a lot about it, but I haven't actually seen it, which is very weird to me. Because I feel like by this point I should have. Because you have had it for a while, haven't you? I should also probably make sure that I'm actually checking my notifications, because I'm certain that I'm getting a lot. But, you know, I can just say I'll be like, hey, I'm a streamer. So that means that excuses me from all responsibility. No, I wish. If it was that easy, then I would stream every day. I'd just be like, the teachers would be like, hey, why don't you do your homework? I'm like, I'm streaming. I wish. No. I should really be actually building something mildly useful. But I will not be doing that. I will instead suffer as I build possibly the most pointless. Yeah, since freshman year, it's been it's been a really long time, so I really should have seen it. Oh boy, I mean, honestly, that makes sense because Chromebooks are not generally considered the most capable of machines. You did! I did see the stickers. I don't think I saw the much more than the stickers, but that's enough for now. I feel like my mouse has not been cooperating with me the last few days. Not that I'm complaining, because it is a fantastic mouse. It's actually silent, so I'm just gonna put it up to the mic, and that's the sound of it. I don't even know if the microphone picked up on it. It's impressively quiet, but it's fine. Taco! I think the microphone just peaked. Hi! 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 I want to tame the dog. By the way, we're not trying to do like a no death run or anything like that. This is going to be filled with many, many deaths, and I am not upset about that. I have come to terms with the fact that I am half decent and not any more than that. We're gonna try and make it a functional house. This is a very big docks, and docks? Why am I plural? You know when you're watching a stream and you feel like the streamer should know or do something, but they just don't do it? Well, that's I understand why why streamers struggle now, because it's like you're trying to manage like notifications and conversations on like things like Discord, while at the same time trying to stream and not lose the attention of everybody who's watching. So I get it, but it's still gonna be. That doesn't mean that I'm not gonna be watching a stream and just, hey streamer, why didn't you do so and so? That's a bug. I hope that's been reported. Whatever. We're going to go right to an iron pick. We are going to go to an iron axe, and we're going to use our chest. Something I found out recently is that when you're using like 5G Wi-Fi, it can interfere with Bluetooth connections, which is honestly quite unfortunate considering that I'm using a Bluetooth mouse. It also explains a lot, but whatever. We need food, but we're only going there. Do I want to make it out of oak? No. I'm making it out of spruce and no one can change my mind. I don't care if it's... Keyboard is done dead, but I'm doing great. Well, thank you. I feel like there's something that I should be doing that I'm not. Nah, we're fine. We're just gonna chop trees. Get that nostalgia feeling. Nah. Mining will come in another few years when I finally get around to it. I'm gonna spend... One thing that I never understood is why people use iron armor. Because if you want to get diamond, then you're going to be down in a strip mine, which means that you don't need armor. So why use your valuable iron on armor, which is pretty expensive, when you're just going to be down mining diamonds anyway? Like, just get the diamonds. I cannot remember a time that I actually used iron armor, and I am proud of that. I'm proud of the fact that I haven't used iron armor in any of the 10 years that I played. Monsters aren't... Monsters... I mean, I guess on Java it's kind of an issue. That makes sense. But on Bedrock, you don't really have to worry about mobs, because there's going to be so few of them, and they're not going to be... And because there's so few of them, they're not going to kill you. You can just get... I mean, an iron sword I get. Like, of course you're going to use iron tools because they're a significant upgrade over stone, and there's... And diamond tools are expensive to make, but I can confirm that. You have had many accidents with them. I just feel like I don't need them. And if I die, it's not like the biggest issue because I can go back and get my stuff. Iron armor kind of makes sense under some sides. This gonna let me jump? Yes. Under some circumstances, but swear. But other times, not as much. One of the things that I really wish that tree generation would do is kind of get like, well, I don't actually wish this. This is just me being frustrated that I had to go up by 2 blocks to get rid of the whole tree. If it were more uniform, so that just by standing on the ground or by standing on a tree trunk one above, then you could get the entire tree. And I apologize to any vegetarians. That is not happening in this world. I'm curious if I don't think I'll actually be able to get onto that dock, which makes it significantly less useful. It's a giant sugarcane. It's massive. We're just gonna... I feel like we need an easier way to get an enchanting table. Like, I know that they've reduced it so that you only need 15 bookshelves instead of like the 30 that you used to get level 30. But I still feel like it's better. Which charger shape is an Android charger? Which charger shape is an Android charger? Like, are you asking for like a specific shape or like the general one? Or, because if you're looking for the general one, it's kind of going to be like a trapezoid. If you're looking for a specific shape, then I don't know what I'm going to do for you. Do you want like a link? It's a cow. Wait, what are you using the Bluetooth keyboard for? I didn't ask that. Probably should have. I should also probably turn off the vibrations on my phone, because you're just going to hear that every few... But I can't turn it off, then I'm not going to notice anything from anyone. And that's going to be disappointing. You're just going to have to deal with the vibrations from my phone. The oval one is also Android. So there are like 2 standards of Android charging. There's the old, like... There's the old, like, USB-C... There's the old USB-A? B? No. Micro USB. I think that's what it's called. But then there's the new one, which is, I think, what you're talking about. The oval one is USB-C, which some Android phones have, like, from the last 3 years, but more budget ones and older phones will not have that more modern USB-C type one. Cool. I think I'm all set on the food side. So now, it's time to build a house after I kill that sheep. Keyboard needs oval. That's a USB-C charger. Unless it's a lightning charger, which is an iPhone one, but I'm assuming that it's not an iPhone one. So you need USB-C, which I know that you got like a cheaper phone, so I think it's probably going to be using the old micro USB. So you're going to need to find a USB-C somehow. Your house sitting, right? Do the people you're house sitting for have a USB-C phone by any chance? I feel like they probably don't. Let's see, we're gonna get building. What are we gonna build? How are we gonna build this? We're gonna build my normal house, the house that I built in every single world. But first, we want on top of the hill? No, top of the hill we're gonna build a tower. We want it kind of over here. Let's say over here. Over here is a good place to start. And the sunset, always fun. I feel like I don't need it very wide. That'll work. I don't know how much people know about the very technical information about this, but it's their keyboard. Then they must have one somewhere. Is it in like a closet or a side table? Unless they took it with them because they might have needed it for their phones as well. But if they're rich enough to have someone house sitting for them, maybe they don't have an Android. Maybe they have iPhones, which means that it's still there somewhere. I have a really bad habit about like creating non-existent situations about people's lives from one single detail. Like, I know now that I know that you're house sitting, I'm like, it's time to create a full life story for the people you're house sitting for. And I feel like they wouldn't appreciate that very much. I am not gonna have enough wood for this. No. We're gonna need to get like a solid 2 stacks more at the least, because we're also making a ton of stairs for the roof. I know anyone watching is like, this is not a starter house. And I'm like, you don't know me. For anyone who doesn't know, I am a massive grinder. Like, she would think it's funny. She would think it's funny. So I cannot remember most of the things that I do like less than 5 seconds earlier, and this is one of those things. I have no idea what I just said that would possibly be funny to a certain she who I may or may not have mentioned. It's a really tall tree. I need to set up a tree. No, I'm not setting up a tree farm. We're making an achievements world. We're not trying to make a fancy industrial world of doom. The house owner would think it's funny. Yeah, she would. Would she? Is she like in a different time zone? Is she like? Did she like say to make? Did she make herself available for your contact? So you could just text her and ask her something? Or like is it considered rude to ask someone for their for their for their chargers? Just text someone, hey, so I know that you're like on vacation, but like I need a charger. And they're like, well, I'm not exactly home right now, but we did give you permission to look through all of our belongings, so enjoy. Did they leave you food? Because I feel like that's, I mean, I guess to me, just because my houses have very strange food eating habits, I know like you have more typical foods to your region, so I guess it wouldn't be too different. But to me, whenever I go to someone else's house, I just open their fridge. I mean, not it'd be kind of weird if that was the first thing I did. I just walk in and I'm like, hey, can I see your fridge? No, I'm not. I don't think I do that. Oh, hey, Himbeer. This is indeed what I sound like. I mean, it's not exactly anywhere near what I would sound like in real life, just because these headphones are like $5 headphones. I am not like investing money into fancy stuff or fancy microphones or anything like that. Not even using my laptop mic, which would have been significantly better. Anyway, back to what I was saying. I want, like, it's really interesting to see different people's foods. I actually saw a BuzzFeed thing, which I know people immediately when they hear the words BuzzFeed, they're like, "Oh no, time to run." But it was actually no, it was shit. They were like, find out someone's political beliefs by the contents of their fridge, and I'm like, that sounds inaccurate. And guess what? It was. It wasn't even like these people from these political ideologies buy from brands that support their beliefs. It was like they like the BuzzFeed article didn't give any proof. They just went, "Nope, you're wrong." I'm like, well, thank you very much. But it's always really interesting to see different people's fridges, just because not just like the layout of it, but also the food you have. I didn't call you a beer. I said him beer. Large batch of chicken nachos. I thought nachos were just like chips with cheese stripped over them. Like you add stuff to that? Like I live in America. I am well aware of that fact, but I do not know a lot about very extremely American foods like nachos. Like I had no idea that I did not know that you could add food to him him bear. I've called you him beer for a solid 5 years. I You're gonna make me change now. Gonna kill me. Him bear? Really? Right then. I guess you're a bear now. I'm not. I'm gonna mock you for that. I should speak German. I've actually always wanted to. Um, like not even this isn't like even something that I'm just bringing up because you're here. Like I've legitimately always wanted to learn to speak it, just because it seems like a really cool language to me. For no reason in particular. It's just like I've always had an obsession. I mean, it's not like I enjoy learning languages, but I just think they're kind of cool. Like, German's kind of cool. I know that as a German speaker, you would be like, of course it's not. It's absolutely painful to speak. But you do speak it, don't you? Do I have enough? I still don't have enough. How? Why do I do this to myself? Okay. We're going mining now. We're finally going mining. I don't know how many people. Wow, that was a sentence. I don't know how much people know about other streamers, um, but I don't watch him as much as I used to. But I watch Exumavoid quite a bit, um, and the way that he works his streams is kind of interesting to me. He he actually has a second channel dedicated to dedicated to like it's called I don't remember what it's called. It's like Izuma Says or something like that. Um, and it's all about because the way that he talks in his streams is very very structured. Like it doesn't work out as well for me because um, I try to engage with the people who are watching me. Um, like if someone's chatting in stream chat or texting me, I will try to respond verbally. But obviously, for him as a bigger streamer, he doesn't have that worry as much. So the way that he does things is he kind of like makes a list before the stream of the various topics that he wants to discuss, and then he just goes through them. Sometimes it's like a predetermined type of thing. Like, I know I want to discuss this type of topic, and then he just jumps into that conversation. But other times it's like brought up by chat or something like that, and he jumps into this. But then those conversations are edited down and then put onto like his third channel or whatever it is as like mini 8-10 minute podcasts. It's that late for you right now. And I guess it's an inconvenient time. The only reason why I'm streaming right now is because I'm home alone, which only happens in the afternoons and evenings, so I don't think you'll catch very many of my streams, unfortunately. Or fortunately for you. I don't know how much you're enjoying this, but... Do you have school tomorrow? No, it's Saturday. You can stay up late. You can stay up here and watch me. You don't have a choice. Oh my god. I want to build 2 auto ones. So we'll go here and here. Perfect. And now we're gonna go make a mine. And we're gonna make a mine right here. Okay. We need a lot of dirt for this. We need to press resume on the music. Does anyone feel like... wait, before I go into that, I'm curious, how... There are people who go to school on Sundays, actually. It's called Sunday school. That sounds like a fake, like a not answer, but that is still a thing. But it's a thing. It's still Sunday school. It's still school. Like, you can't deny that. You're like, I can and I will. No. I guess you don't go to Sunday school then, so you're fine. You can stay up. I'm gonna terraform this area. Oh, there's so many things I want to do, but my goal isn't even to set up a functioning society. It's to get these achievements, which I haven't. In hindsight, I should have prepared and like looked up what the achievements to get are, but I didn't do that. So now you're gonna have to deal with my complete... That buzzing sound is my mic peaking. It's a low quality microphone, and there's not much that I can do to reduce that sound. I can try if I do something like... Let's try this. Let's make this down there, and this down there. Oh, I'm dying. I'm editing my audio settings in a different tab. Now I feel like now it might be a bit too quiet for you. Like, can you still hear me? I lowered everything a significant amount. I don't think this will let it peak as much. It's staying for the most part perfectly fine. Good. That's very good to hear. And you can still hear the music as well. The way that the stream was meant to be a test stream for like audio quality and stuff, and I just didn't do that. Okay. Good. How are we gonna do this? We're probably gonna have a road coming out here. It's gonna spiral up to the tower. We're gonna want it to go down here. This could be a good place. Oh yeah, webcam mics are surprisingly good. even if I just switched to using my laptop's integrated microphone, it would be significantly better than, you know, this. Um, but I'm not doing that because I'm dumb and lazy and don't want to figure out how to get Windows to to ignore my earbud microphone and instead use that. Let's build it up. Do you want it as at an angle? I feel like if we just have it as an angle over here. Bit small. You're getting to watch me struggle to build a tiny hill. I hope it's entertaining. You're going to want to clear this area out because this is going to the docks, which means that we want this area to be for the most part flat and all the way down here. Exactly. I have not tried to reconfigure the audio drivers at all, mainly because this computer has Harman Kardon tuned audio, which means that it has like 2 different audio equalizer apps and settings like that, and I don't want to mess with those because when I'm listening to music on the speakers, it sounds pretty good, and I want to keep it that way, honestly. I'll probably try and figure it out if this is a major issue. Right, yeah. I was looking through like the pre-installed apps, as one does when they get a new computer. You know what, that looks half decent. It's kind of small, but it's cute. I like that. It did. Fantastic. I was looking through the pre-installed apps when I got this computer, just to see what I would uninstall, which there was obviously a lot of stuff to do. But oh no, who's that other streamer? I hesitate asking you that because it's probably a really good person, which means it'll draw people away from me, but it's fine. Buzz. You still getting buzzing, Mars? Layan Meta. It's buzzing again. I don't understand. It's not peaking. What? I'm gonna have to. Yeah, right. But it's delayed a bit. I'm gonna have to watch the stream replay for that. Mars says that she is the buzz. She gives the power. Well, thank you, I guess, or not thank you. I don't want the buzz. How is the actual video quality? Because that's something I was concerned about. Because I am playing on a potato, which means that it's not meant to render all these things at once. I have a Chromium browser open, which means that it's eating up the RAM, and then I have boom, boom, boom. Oh no, I forgot the creepers explode in this world. You can see everything just fine. Quality is fine enough for mobile viewing. Text is a bit pixelated, but it's smooth and readable. Yeah, I'm working on that. I don't know how much I can do with that. You're on your desktop, and it still looks decent? Well, that's fantastic. I am playing this in 720p 30 frames per second, which is not a high which is not a very high resolution for modern streams, but I think you can deal with that. No, I forgot they blow up again. Damn it! I'm too used to on Oak Ridge having explosions to see. Wait, can I do that? Is this a world setting? TNT explodes? No, TNT? It's fine. Is mob griefing a cheat? Damn, it is. Oh no, I don't like that. 6. Oh, that's terrible. I have fantastic upload speed. Like, that's not something I'm worried about. I have, like, 200 meg download, and, no, 500 down, and 200 up. So that's not a concern. The concern is just whether or not my computer can handle its rendering, which I'm not at NASA has 20 gigs. I think one of the things that I remember most about reading about NASA's internet was you can delete and then re-download, like, what game was it? Some very heavy, faster internet. I have faster internet than my school. It's fantastic. I mean, the reason that I have it is just because my mom works on her business from home. This is not an improvement. It's so much worse. Oh no. Gotta fix this. And we're out of dirt. Because my mom works on her business from school. I mean, from home. So we have gigabit internet. Yeah, it does cost a lot of money, and I was like, you really don't need it to be that fast. 100 up, 100 down is perfectly fine for, most things, streaming included. Like right now, I'm really probably only using like a fraction of what I could be. That. I don't like this look from the top. It's better. It's not great, but it's better. It's kind of sad. The entrance is off. Exactly. 100 is perfectly fine. And I tried telling my mom that, but she's like, no, I must have... It doesn't. Twitch caps it. Oh my gosh, that's a lot of creepers. Why are their explosion radiuses so big? Crazy eye. Whatever, words. This is so... It's very disorienting to play on a normal world without Oak Ridge packs. It's a witch! Oh no, I don't like you. Okay. It was 6. Yeah, I actually have it surprisingly low because I have no idea if if increasing the bitrate actually takes a toll on the computer. If it doesn't, I will gladly increase the bitrate drastically, because I can. But if it does hurt the computer, like I think it does, I would rather not increase it too much. Where are we going? We're making torches and we're going down. Cool. What time is it? When I started the stream, I had a limited amount of time to stream. 3:15. I probably still have a good 45 minutes at least. Hardware encoding. Oh yeah, I am using hardware encoding. I'm using the GPU for... Actually, did I change that? Where'd that spider just go? It just is. I'm pretty sure that I can't remember if I changed it to all work on the GPU or if I tried to split it between the GPU and CPU. I can't remember actually. Whatever it is, I think that it's working fine right now. It is dying right now. My GPU temperature is 66 degrees. It's gone up to, and it went up, it was at like, in my optimization's defense, no, I have the same Ryzen 3500U Vega 8 as we had in that old laptop. That laptop broke, and then I ended up getting a new laptop with the exact same specs, but an Asus instead of a Lenovo. So it's a very capable laptop, but it's very fast to heat up and very loud. Oof. Oh, that sound. I mean, Macs are really good at handling, at like multi-threading stuff like that, so it should be fine. I feel like that. I would not have. I have to say, I would not have chosen that choice of device for myself personally. But I suppose it works. Not well, but it does work. Now this has. Let me actually open up Task Manager. I have like this really cool little Ryzen toolbox bit down here. Yeah, I'm running at 98% GPU usage, 42 CPU, 88 memory. What is it rendering with? OBS. Yeah. It looks like it's using hardware rendering. And it's surprisingly low. It's only using like 25%. 25% GPU. Right, yeah. It's not much of an issue there. I'm surprised at how little GPU or CPU it's using up. 6% there and 25 GPU, which even if it was... No, I just punched out my torch. Hello, Mr. Spider. I need to actually double check like all the changes that I did yesterday, because I tried out a bunch of different things. I'll DM you the link to my past live streams. Like I have the videos uploaded to my YouTube channel, so you can go back and rewatch it there. And it was annoyingly bad. Like, as a viewer, I would not have wanted to watch that type of stream, like with that quality and that lag. So the fact that I have, two people who have been staying around for this whole thing is very impressive to me. I mean, did you upgrade your laptop? I can't remember if we talked about this. Did you upgrade it from the one that we both had the same laptop of? Because I feel like if you did, then you probably have better streaming capabilities. Yeah, exactly. And my specs are still the exact same as that one. So it should... Right. Yours was always an older model, that's true. I don't think it's a very significant difference for most intents and purposes, but there was a difference there. 2500 with Vega 7, 8. I don't know. Regardless, it's capable. The MacBook is still being used? Really? By who? Like, who is happy to settle for something of that quality? I mean, I guess if it's all that they've got, it would make sense. Oh, yeah. That would speed it up quite a bit, just because the way that they handle everything. That would help it a lot. Do I have enough now? No, I still have barely anything. Biggest issue is the 720. Modern webs, really? I mean, yeah, I guess they're all adapted to 1080 at this point, so anything lower. Oh yeah, no. It still amazes me that like manufacturers still sell websites with, still sell laptops with a hard drive, and people buy them. Even Windows hardly works smoothly with a hard drive. I mean, it functions, but not well, you know. Where are we going? We're gonna make some stairs. We want to make a stone cutter. Where did I get those? Oh, that's andesite. Really? You can use andesite for that now. I think that's fantastic. Completely oh boy. That is a very significant load time. I've heard this song before. I like this one. I honestly I'm always really happy. I forget that you have a desktop. This is like my primary computer. I don't have a desktop and don't intend to get one unless I really need to use a lot more intensive processes. I want my map. Do I want that in here? No, I don't. I'm always surprised when this computer does things better than I expected to, because I know that it's a pretty good computer. Like, it's, in general, it would be considered extremely capable. What am I doing? I could have sworn I just made more sticks than that. You know what? Everything is fine. Really? Is it like a self-made one, or is it like a custom-made one? Oh, nice. 20. Yeah. Do I want to go down here? Do I want to go down the cave? We're gonna go right down here. No, we're not gonna go right down there because this is built at a diagonal. We're going to build. I'm trying to decide. Yeah, I'm sure it does. I mean, a desktop will always be significantly more capable than a sad, like $600 laptop. What are the specs on it? Oh, nice. I mean, that's a significant upgrade. Is it? I'm guessing if it still works that effectively, it has a 1060, 16 gigs RAM. I was looking at 2, 3, 4, 5. I was looking at, because despite like being extremely happy about about my phone. I still obviously keep up with like mobile tech trends. Probably 2019, because 2020 was too recently. That would be 2020 is last year, which is crazy. I still keep up with mobile tech trends, and I was looking at, what was it, like the ROG Phone 5 Pro or some crazy name like that, and that has 16 gigs RAM in a phone, and I'm sitting here with my laptop, which has 8, and only 6 of which are usable in general use, and I'm like, that's a solid 10 gigs more than my computer has, which is, mind-blowing to me. Oh yeah, yeah. There's been a lot more stagnation than people tend to realize. Like there's a reason why AMD processors have been able to catch up so well to all of Intel's years of experience. I cannot get that timing right. It's because Intel processors have just stayed the same for so many years. Yeah, phones are always held back by manufacturer updates and by the fact that the processors themselves are still wildly incapable of many things that that you would really hope that they would be better at doing. Like, I know that for the most part people would prefer to have, like, imagine if you had a computer GPU and computer processor inside of a phone, because nowadays you have that the same amount of RAM, but it's just not optimized at all. And that's just really interesting to me, because as much as they'll try to increase the specs of everything, they're always held back by the software, held back by some component of it that will just absolutely kill it and kill its performance. Like, I got my phone, when was it? Oh my gosh, you cannot compare the Apple chips to the Apple chips are just incomparable for both mobile and for laptops. Yeah. Imagine if you had an Apple chip inside of a phone, like inside of some phone, like the Galaxy M51, I think it's called, or something like that, has like a 7,000 milliamp battery. That phone would be an absolute beast, because you could process all your photos, you could have incomparable speed, and the battery life would be fantastic. I've not made very much progress. I do not miss Stone Tools. Sometimes I forget that I have my screen safety area reduced so much, because gold. I'm like a child. I still get so excited when I see gold, despite the fact that it's virtually useless in for all intents and purposes. Apple keeps the batteries small for as long as they can, so once they can't help with software anymore, they will still make it larger and don't have to give people lower battery life. Yeah, for sure. Like, keeping the batteries small, especially on current gen models, means that when they make these improvements, like on the Macs, it was a very typical computer in terms of battery life. Like, you were able to get a good 6 to 10 hours, depending on usage, of battery life. But then the moment they upgraded to Apple Silicon chips, you ended up getting they were able to advertise like 24 hours of battery life because they increased the battery size now that they have their own chip, and that means that they just have so much marketing power. And of course, they're going to seek to do the same thing for phones. Increase the battery size, and then bam, you suddenly get double the power once they optimize everything else as well. How long am I planning to stay stream for? Hour. Cool. I'm going to give me a second. Sorry, I have to get a drink of water. The other viewer is a friend of mine who I've known for a really close friend of mine who I've known for a couple of years, online friend. Her name is Mars. She was here earlier in the stream, but she's using a Bluetooth keyboard, so now that that keyboard died, the prospects of typing in the chat are gone, but she's still watching the stream. Yeah, hydration is important. I am not used to streaming. Like, this is only my 1/4, 5th stream, like, ever. And I don't, like, talk much in real life either, so now I'm here, streaming for over an hour, and my voice is not treating me well. Like, I'm not complaining necessarily, but I'm complaining. Anyway, you're watching me on Bluetooth, and, well, if they die, then I guess that means that it's your bedtime. You only made one live stream 4 years ago. You should get back to it. I feel like you could be really entertaining. I'm not sure what you would do, but I know that you play a bunch of games, and of course there's people who, like, you could stream anything these days. Whether or not you'll have viewers doesn't quite matter as much, because it's not exactly about that. I have noticed that. I've noticed that you've been more online, and we have had more interactions recently than we have had in the past, which is a good thing. I don't know why I'm doing it out like this. I made the same mistake twice. That's fine. Don't play a lot of games recently. Oh, I know, but you really need that relaxation time, especially right now. Like, if I didn't play games, then... Oh, I know Cuteness really well. Like, she's in a lot of... We're in, like, a lot of mutual communities, and like, we're both on Twitter and stuff like that, so I know her well. We've talked a bit. I should message a lot of people back. Like, I have a lot of people that I've talked to on Discord, like, in history of my Discord account. But there's just so many of them that I haven't talked to for years, like Sanders, who we were just in the group chat with, and he left because he's like, I haven't talked to these people for ages. I mean, in my defense, a lot of those people are from, like, programming and development, which I just don't do as much anymore. You streamed replacing the main mode in A free PC you got. You've shown your longest online friend your area. Your area? Oh, like a video call or something like that? I've really wanted to stream. Ah, yeah. That sounds pretty fun. I kind of always want to do that, but at the same time, I don't, because I don't have like unlimited data. At this point, like it's 2021, you'd think that I would, but no. I only had, up until like the start of this month, I only had 500 megs a month. Now I have a gig, which is still not enough for a video call. So I still can't do that, but one day maybe I will. 2, 3, 2, 1 more. Nah, 6 gigs to me is like a fantasy. I have, honestly, I wouldn't say that it's expensive so much as my family generally tends to not want to spend on things that aren't complete necessities, and like unless you're watching videos on cell data or making video calls, you really don't need more than a couple hundred megs. Like even when I had 500 megs, if I didn't watch any videos or make any calls or anything like that, I never even hit the 500 meg mark. With my current carrier, they have some pretty good plans, but I also have like a cheaper carrier than most people do. My carrier's plans are, what are they? Unlimited talk and text for everything, of course, because at this point you can't not have that. Really? How many commutes do you have? I mean, I guess Reddit isn't very data optimized, but Twitter's pretty good on that, unless you watch the videos that are on Twitter. No calls or SMS? Seriously? What do you use for everything? Like talking to your family and stuff like that? Like for my friends and stuff, I always just use like Discord at this point. But like at least for my family, I always need, something at least. Free. That's interesting. Does everyone use like WhatsApp? Yeah, I thought so. It's the same situation in Hong Kong. People don't in Hong Kong a lot of people don't even have like a cell plan, because you don't need like mobile data, because there's Wi-Fi everywhere, because it's a city. I'd offer to be a human being to send you an SMS, but that costs money because you're in a foreign country. Oh, hi. No, 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 no. One of these days, I'll remember that creepers blow up blocks. Calling is still more usual. Yeah, I mean, I have to call. I'm punching mobs with a fist. Meanwhile, I have a sword right here. I have to call some people sometimes, just because, like, that's how. Just phone calls. Oh yeah, all of these like online type of things are so much better than any cell provider can call a. Have you considered using Signal? Because I know WhatsApp has had like these major privacy concerns lately. So I heard that a ton of people are switching to like Signal, which has fantastic quality, better design, all that stuff. The only thing that's annoying about things like WhatsApp is that you have to use the same, like there's no cross messenger compatibility, so you can't like use, I don't know, you can't use Signal to text someone on WhatsApp, or can you? I feel like Facebook would not let that happen. Like they would lock that down. Did my music pause again? Yes, it did. Skip that. Okay, music is back. You can't use, well, yeah, I know you can't use WhatsApp for SMS, but I mean like, I mean like using it for just within those third-party messaging apps. Um, within those third-party messaging apps, if someone's using, true, yeah. So everybody's got to have at least one of them. It's just a question of how many people are required to have all of them, just in case someone doesn't have it. Yeah, yeah. It's like I feel like the rest of the world, like other than North America, everyone uses WhatsApp. Um, like the situation in Hong Kong, and honestly, a lot of Asia is really interesting to me because there's Wi-Fi coverage everywhere, so you don't need calls, SMS, or data. So why have a cell plan at all? All you gotta do is connect to the Wi-Fi wherever you go, or have auto connect turned on, and use those apps, and bam, you're good. Where am I going? Here. I want to make stairs. Wrong thing. I regret everything. I've seen a lot of people from the US on social media complain about people who don't have iPhones. Oh my god, that's absolutely one of the worst things about the US. And my wrist is on the touchpad while I type something on my phone. That was unfortunate. That's absolutely one of the worst things about the US, just how corporate it is. Like you have this. Who did that? You did that. Get away. Go away. I'm just gonna hide down here. Can't get me. Damn it, you can't get me. I'm just gonna run. Bye. Bye. Seriously? Oh, you're following me. Rude. Like in the US, there's such an obsession with iPhones, and it's absolutely terrible. It's like, at this point, it's honestly a class symbol. If you have an iPhone, you're rich, and if you don't, you're poor, and that sucks. Like that's not a good thing. um, like there's an obsession over iPhones, especially in like my community, because most people are considered kind of more wealthy in my community, and my family is like kind of more outliers from that, so none of us have iPhones, and people are always like, what do you mean you don't have iMessage? What do you mean you can't be in an iPhone group chat? And I'm like, well, what do you think? Do you think that everyone can afford to spend $1,000 every 3 years on a new fancy iPhone. It's not how it works. Honestly, WhatsApp is so much better than text. Like, you don't have to deal with all those. Yeah, no, everyone here gets frustrated with you for not having iMessage. Like, you don't have iMessage, how could you? Oh, I wish it was like that here. There's a reason why Apple makes so much money from the US, because everyone's just fanatical. Where are we going with this? Here. We're not using that. Using this. Perfect. Right. Like, Apple makes so much money just from generating hype and effective marketing techniques, and people fall for that. I don't blame them. It is after all effective. $800? No, they're at this point like they're all $1,000, and that's absolutely crazy. Like, if you don't have a flagship phone, then there's like other countries have these massive budget phone booms. Like, if you have a budget phone, then good for you. Good on you for finding a great phone for cheap. Meanwhile, over here, people spend like half their monthly income. People like save up for months just to spend all of those savings on a phone, which is it's really something. Yeah, exactly. My phone, I will always be proud of my decision to get my phone. It was my phone plan. Um, my phone plan costs 15 a month, 10 10 for unlimited talk and text, and then 5 for each gig of data. I only use a gig, so 15 a month. Um, then of course there's sales tax, so in the end the bill comes to around 18, and that's US dollars. But I'm sure by now you're used to those conversions. How are German or European phone plans laid out? Because over here you also have this whole debate. Yeah, everything here has unlimited text and calls, because because as the people using it have gone down, that means that the royalty of it has also gone down. Well, because less people are using it, but they still have all the infrastructure for it here. So they just keep the infrastructure in use, and then offer everyone unlimited everything, because it doesn't cost them anything. There's no downsides for them, because because there are still less people using them. 1,000 minutes or SMS and 15 gigs of data? Oh my gosh. I mean, I'm not like surprised just because of the corporate nature of America. I'm just hurt. I'm hurt. Why do they do this to us? I want plans like that. Nope, nope. Regretting this, regretting everything. 6 gigs. Oh, that's insane. Here, for something like that, you'd have to pay at least $25. But that's like SIM only? What do you mean by that? As in, like, not. No, I don't know what you mean. Oh, yeah, no. Free phone is not. I mean, I think it's kind of common here, but it's not as common as it is in other places, which makes sense. A lot of people, unless they're getting an iPhone, shocker, prefer to have their own choice over whatever phone they're getting rather than staying with one of the carriers like 3 free options that come with your phone plan. And of course, if you have one of those, yeah, right. There's those big few companies, and the difference is over there, very few people use them. Over here, everyone uses those big three, and that's why they're the big three. Um, their power just keeps growing as more people start to use them. I'm glad that there is a shift away from that here, but it's still. I made the wrong thing again. It's fine. I'll use that for my floor. Um, but it's still a disturbingly high amount. Most people go for the discounters. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm using. That's exactly what I'm using actually. Mine uses the network of two of the biggest. At this point, we have like 4 or 5. The network of 2 of them, but they don't spend on marketing and stuff like that. So in that sense, it's a pretty similar situation, except here everybody thinks that since the big 3 charge more, that means that they pay more for better quality, which is about the amount of common sense that the people here in America have. Okay, how are we gonna do this? We're gonna go to the middle. Former National Telecom. I hope that that type of thing is like representative of like the future situation here as well. If more people like have sense and start to try and switch away from the big ones like that. But unfortunately, I really don't think that's going to happen unless there's like major antitrust type lawsuits and stuff like that. Especially with just the way that the U.S. government functions, there's nothing that the government itself is going to do to take down any of these companies, which means they're just going to keep marketing and tricking people into buying and paying way more than they should. But, you know, we can have hope. We can have hope for now. Hi. Nice. I should probably try and figure out what achievements I'm planning on getting. Are these like in order of what's easier? What order are these in? Sticky situation, campfire, some bee stuff, suspicious stew, trading, pillager captains, pillager raids, I can do that easily. Hi. Where are you guys coming from? My mind? I should probably add a door on that. I'm not gonna. Are these like in any sort of order, or is it just completely random? Kill a creature with arrows? Okay, so the bottom is the easiest. Create an iron golem, construct an enchanting table. Use shears to obtain wool from a sheep. Wear a full suit of iron. Damn it, I was just talking about this earlier, how I refuse to wear iron armor. I'm gonna have to do that. Build some bookshelves. Gain the trust in the ocelot. Brew a potion. Oh, interesting. This is fun. 9 hearts of damage in a single hit. Ooh. Flower pot. Smelt wood trunk. I can do that now. I am going to do this one. This one. And this one now. Then we're going to do another one now. I'm going to do it this way. Sorry, I'm looking through these. Where is it? Smelt wood trunks using charcoal to make more charcoal. That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. Is it not working? Do I have to break this and replace it? Oh, there we go. I got it. Wonderful. I gotta smell something with this now. We're gonna get some food. And now, we're going to use our shears. We're gonna go in search of a sheep. So I'm sure there's one around here somewhere. Or I'll just kill someone. I'm surprised at how few achievements I've got. I'm consistently surprised about that, because I've played for, I think I calculated it with a old friend, like how long I played. I've spent like the equivalent of years of my life, like in game. At least a year. And I'm not even I'm still pretty young, which is kind of worrying that I'm spending all this time inside of a literal video game. Not that I'm complaining, because it's literally helped me in a lot of ways. But it's still mildly worrying, mildly concerning. Anyway. I'm skipping this song just because I've heard it like many times before. The YouTube shuffle feature is very broken. And it's a sheep. I sheared you. Give me the achievement. I'll shear you too. I'll shear you too. Got it. Got the achievement. Did you miss something? Yeah, YouTube Shuffle just repeats the same songs over and over again, which is painful. This has 243 songs by, as you see down here, by Harris Heller. We love him. Oh, you can't see my mouse pointer. That's something that I should fix. Yeah, Harris Heller. He has stream music that's completely royalty free for use on both Twitch and YouTube, which is important to me because I'm streaming on Twitch and then uploading everything to YouTube. pulling a B-dubs here. Got a sweep. Tidal? What's that? No, it's a YouTube playlist, so I can't download this. But I think somewhere or another they're downloadable. But I'm not gonna bother shuffling them with a local player just because at the moment this works well for me. And I'm not too worried about the shuffling aspect just because the only one who notices repeat songs is really me. Yeah, I can use YouTube DL if I wanted to. I'm not going to bother with that just because it's a lot of songs and it works fine for me, but whatever. Let's see, where are we going here? See if there's any more really easy ones that we can get done in today's stream, because I think I'm only going to stream for another maybe 20 minutes. I can kill a creeper, make a kill a Marble Mary. That's gonna be fun. 30 blocks, Hopper, poison a witch, breed a mule, stay underwater for 2 minutes. Let me actually search something up. How long underwater before die? Minecraft. How long does it take to drown in Minecraft? No, that's not it. How long can you hold your breath? This is not working out well. How? Drowning damage Minecraft. Oh boy. We're creating another tab on my incredibly slow laptop. Drowning. Once a player runs out of air, they take a heart per second. So that's 10. 15 seconds. Regeneration. When the air supply reaches -20, decreasing every tick. Okay, so now I definitely cannot stay underwater for 2 minutes without water breathing. So we are going to not do that today. We're going to power furnace with lava. Kill no. I'm not getting there yet. 100 meters from single throw of an ender pearl. Dry a sponge, spawn the wither, rabbit meat, enchanted apple. No, I don't. Push the piston, then pull the original piston with that piston. I could do that. No, I need a slime block for that. Okay, so there's not much more that we can do very early game, because I guess I got that stuff already. But we can kill a creeper with arrows, so I guess we'll try and do that in the next night. For now, let's start making a floor. Actually, I changed my mind. I don't want a floor yet. I want an exterior. This is gonna annoy someone. The fact that my floor is like half done. And that's really gonna annoy someone. But you know what? They can deal with it. We're gonna get an axe. We need an axe. Iron axe. I feel like I need to. I've been trying to make like everything about the stream unnecessarily professional, despite the fact that the professionality is unachievable with like my current laptop and stuff. So I guess it's not unnecessarily professional. Like, it makes it a lot better for viewers to watch if you actually seem mildly prepared, which I'm not. But it's possible for me to seem that way with some more effort. But I've been trying to make it look pretty professional. That looks pretty good so far. I like it. For not much reason. But I mean, I guess it's kind of fun for me to because I did some video editing a little while back to make the Oak Ridge trailer, and that was pretty fun to me. Like, I enjoyed video editing, which is something that I didn't expect that I would. I kind of expected that I would find it, kind of tedious, but just adding even the tiniest crossfade effects and adding the text and trying to figure out the complexities of the program that I used, which was DaVinci Resolve. Just trying to figure that out was very fun, surprisingly fun to me. So I've been considering like making edited down versions of these live streams but first I gotta try and actually make it more entertaining, like coming up with things that I would say, reacting to things that are actually happening in the world. And I guess I probably wouldn't like edit down more grindy live streams like this one, where all I'm doing is getting resources and doing starter work. I guess I could make it into like a it's really not. I mean, but it is free. It is free, and it's around. It's like surprisingly good. Daylight savings starts 2 a.m. tomorrow. Great. And it compares to Premiere Pro, which is something that I really did not expect, considering the fact that, DaVinci's free and Premiere Pro is $200. But I tried to use that, and I was able to get it working to the basic amount. I had to re-render the video like 3 times. I ended up with it in like 24 frames per second at 720p just because I didn't change the default settings. Like, my laptop is perfectly capable of rendering if the rendering is the only thing it's doing. And especially when it's rendering like with optimized settings for YouTube, because YouTube is not. I mean, I guess I don't have to actually explain this, but YouTube is not very intensive, like in terms of the requirements for a video that you're uploading. I think, actually, I have no idea. I was going to say something, but I have nothing to back that up. But I was using DaVinci Resolve, and I got it with the help of like 30 online guides and looking through all the menus. And I kind of want to get back to that, but I need to actually be entertaining to do something like that. Though I could, as I mentioned earlier, do something like what Exuma does with his Exuma Says channel, if I started talking about anything that was actually important. Like, from here I could edit down the discussion about carriers and corporatism in the US, but even then it's a lot more interactive with the chat, and looking in the video replay, you don't see the message in the chat or anything like that, which I'm not complaining about, because I am the type of person who hates it when you see the chat on the screen of the streamer that you're watching. That is just me. I know there are some people who might like that, but it's really not my thing, especially considering most of the viewers will actually see the chat or have the option to enable it on the chat if they're watching the live stream back from Twitch. And if they're watching it on YouTube, then I guess they can deal with it. I don't really know. It's not my thing. But I do like how on the starting screen, on the stream is starting and stream is, I don't know if I have it on the stream is ending screen, but I do like how I have on there the, like, a small version of the chat with a transparent background. I didn't bring food. We're walking the rest of this way. Someone it's a dog! Alright. Hi. Go. I'm also trying to figure out, like, how long is the ideal amount of time for the stream is starting screen, because I know, like, a lot of bigger YouTubers always set the stream is starting screen to, like, only last, like, the length of a song, so like 4 minutes or 5 minutes, but by that point no one was here. Like, both of you, the people watching right now, came, I'd say, like 10 minutes in, 10-15 minutes into the stream. That's not enough stairs, it's fine. So I guess I gotta try and figure out, like, the balance between an annoyingly long stream is starting screen for anyone who gets there immediately, and versus the people who don't get notifications and anything like that. I don't know if anyone's... I can't interact with these, can I? You can't see it, but I have an overlay for the chat and for... Do I want a door here? I do. I want a door there. I want a door on all 4 sides. I have an overlay for the chat and for stream events, like following and donating and stuff like that, just because I'm actually doing this on one monitor, which to any streamer sounds absolutely insane. Why would someone do something like this on, you know, a single monitor? And the answer is because I'm insane. And also because I can't, like, afford a second monitor right now, at least. And just the way that my desk is set up is not meant for that type of thing. Okay, I think we're gonna try and get this starter house done in this stream, and then we'll be done for today. I think that's a reasonable goal, assuming that my family doesn't get back before I finish that, which means that, well, we would have to probably switch to a silent stream, which would be fine. Oh, I feel like the reason why I'm trying to do the streaming stuff is, I mean, one, because it's fun to me, which I guess to some people might be weird. But, like, obviously the reason why you do these types of things is because it's fun, not because you're expecting viewership or anything from anybody, though that is always a good benefit. That looks pretty good. I like it. You do the stuff because it's enjoyable for you, and is for me, despite the fact that there's a lot of work and vocal stress. But I get to have conversations with people who I don't normally talk to, and people get to hear me who normally don't. And of course there's silent streams, which I guess if you haven't seen my past streams, you'll have no idea what I'm talking about. That's basically when, like, I can't talk, but I still want to stream, so I do. I just stream with the background music as the primary audio source, and I just realized that my game sounds have been off this whole time, which I apologize for, and I'm not going to turn on now. Yeah, that's a weird thing. That's something about me. Like, I don't play with game sounds ever. And I downloaded Undertale many weeks ago at this point. I downloaded Undertale, which is very well known for its soundtrack. But since I don't play games with audio, I haven't had much of a chance to play that because I always have something running in the background if I'm ever playing games, and most of the time I'm not even doing that playing, I'm just, working and doing unnecessary non-game related tasks. So I haven't even opened up Undertale. And I guess at this point, now that it's like ages after it came out, to most people it's kind of not popular or something like that. I don't know. I guess it's just not what someone would expect someone to be playing in 2021, but whatever. That's fine. I'm gonna run out of stairs just barely. I'm gonna be like 2 stairs short. I'm gonna fix that. Right. But I don't normally play with game sounds, and to basically all gamers, that's just absolutely insane. Like, how could someone not play with game sounds on? They're the core of any game. But like, if you don't play with the sound on, you can take in a lot more about your surroundings. Obviously, there's some audio cues that you might miss, like the sound of a creeper exploding in Minecraft's case, but it's still a perfectly enjoyable experience without it. Especially if you're that, like, skipping out on having the music on means that you can have like another video playing in the background or anything like that. Or because, like, for me, having that background noise is very important for me to have, like, the inspiration that I get from doing any type of build. That's decent. Right. I have a couple more minutes, so I think what we're going to do is we are going to make the floor of this house, and then that's where we're going to wrap it up today. That's a reasonable goal, right? I would say it is. What did I do with all of my cobblestone slabs? Because I made half a stack. Where'd they go? I don't know what happened to them. Did I accidentally control E them somewhere? Whatever, I'll make 2 more stacks. That's fine. I'm between streams, like, probably. This isn't gonna be like a stream exclusive world or anything like that, in case that's what you were hoping for. This is going to be a world that I play on and try and get achievements on whenever I feel like playing, but not on like a realm like Oak Ridge. Because Oak Ridge doesn't have achievements on, in case you didn't know that. Anyway, that reminds me, I'm gonna have to upload this VOD to YouTube. I really haven't played Minecraft Survival as much as I want to. Like, it's such an important game to me that, like, in every way possible, it's so important to me that you'd really think that I've actually played it lots. But I haven't, and guess that kind of surprises people. Like, I spent hundreds of hours playing on realms in this mix of mostly survival and occasionally hopping into creative to, help out other players or work on creative builds, but just pure vanilla survival is such a foreign experience to me. Like, there's a point where I just don't progress any further because I'm too lazy to actually work on doing advanced things like setting up minecart rails or anything like that. But it's really fun sometimes to just have that challenge of like, I don't have any resources, I gotta just start from scratch and make it all. And I kind of want to start doing that more often. We're going to... Do we have any more stairs? Or did I use them all? Did I really use them all to a T? What happened to these resources? I could have sworn that I just had a ton more of them. What am I doing? I feel like I'm going insane. They've got to be somewhere. I used all of them? You know what? Right, I believe you. Spruce log. And we're going out here and closing this off. I'll probably get windows in between streams, so by the time we're back here next time around, I'll actually have a lot more progress to show off, which will hopefully include having some actual work in the strip mines, maybe having diamond stuff, and an enchantery, have an upstairs floor to this, proper storage system, actual lighting in the house, because right now it's dark enough for mobs to spawn here at nights, all that jazz. Gotta fill in that bit too. You know what? Let's do that now. Let's see, 8 per side, nope, 4 per side. So let's make 16 more of these. 3, 4. And then we have enough everything. Cool. Let's go. So we'll go up over here. We're going to get some planks. Bit many, but that's fine. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Not perfect. There we go. 3, 4. And now we've got a cohesive front. All that needs is some glass. Fantastic. I always wondered why streamers stuck to like the 2-hour limit. And I guess it kind of starts to make sense when you yourself start streaming, like a lot of things do, like the streamer brain type of thing. But like 2 hours really is just so hard to get past. I mean, especially without like a lengthy like 5-minute break. Like everyone who I watch who does stream more than 5 hours, which is really not many people. It's really just like Joe, Impulse, Tango, and Evil Notion. I've watched quite a few streamers actually. But everyone who I watch who goes over that Ah! No, 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 no. Damn it. I hate everything. This is why I should have put doors in first. I'm gonna laugh at myself in this replay when I watch this replay later. I'm gonna be like, you fool. How did you not expect that to happen? Whatever. I got everything put back in. I'll actually put the door in now. Did it eat up my furnaces? No, it didn't. And now I just gotta put the stairs back in, which I need more of. So that's a fun way to end the stream, with a creeper blowing up the progress that we've made. Right, cool. So we got everything done. We have now a wonderful starting house with a little mine off to the side, a small dock area with a little sugarcane farm, and I'd consider that pretty good progress for 2 hours into a starting world. We have stairs down to a branch mine. Like, it's not very big, but I like it. Gotta get on the windows. Probably gonna try and stain them light gray or something like that. Gonna have to go ink farming. Gonna look for some biomes. Probably gonna build a little house out of there, out of that mountainside over there. Hoping to make this a pretty beautiful area, all things considered. This is an achievements a world with the goal of completing a ton of achievements, but it is still a pretty important world, and I like to keep my builds aesthetic, so I'll make sure we do that. With that said, it's time for us to look at the fact that we now have a perfect 33% of all achievements completed, and see that we got both of these done today. And finally, oh, I got something from this. What did I get? Oh, that's cool. I got something on my back that I can't see because I have a cape. Fantastic. Anyway, with that said, it's now time for us to say farewell. And thank you for sticking around for this entire stream. I really do hope that it was better than my previous streams have been. I think that aesthetically, especially the top bar with a new top bar and all of my links and everything, all things considered, I think we're in a pretty good place now especially compared to what it was before. And thank you for being here. Bye bye. I'll keep the music playing for a little bit more.